Hello, everyone. I hope you can all hear me well. So my name is Nader Hamad, and I'm handling the marketing and channels in AITS. On behalf of AITS and AVEVA, I would like to welcome you to this webinar. Today's webinar, as the name explains, AITS transitioning into AVEVA Select Gulf. So today we'll be discussing the details of this transition. But before going into the agenda, let me please give you a brief introduction about today's speakers. Today we're having Mohsen Sroor. Mohsen is having 13 years of experience with AVEVA and Schneider Electric, including 6 years of managing the partners' channels. And Mohsen is today handling the channels director in AVEVA Middle East. The second speaker will be Abdullah. Abdullah have led businesses in the Middle East and Australia as well, and gained the reputation for maximizing growth and profitability by creating expansion opportunities and managing cross-functional teams in multicultural environments. Abdullah is an author of a book in Arabic about the fourth industrial revolution facing future jobs. And definitely he's the managing director for AITS. So back to today's webinar. Before going as well into the details, I just want to make sure and to highlight that I have received many messages from our close partners and end users explaining and clarifying about this change. So today it will be like this session will be more explaining all these details. We can start in the beginning, as you can see in the agenda. The beginning will be with Mohsen Sroor, where he will be talking about the AVEVA Select concept, introducing the AVEVA Select concept, what's the idea behind it, and what value it will bring to the end users and system integrators. Also, he will take us more into the details of the relationship between AVEVA and AITS and why AVEVA have chosen AITS and the Gulf to be the distributor or the select distributor. And last he will be explaining as well the relationship between the AVEVA Select distributor, system integrators, and technology partners. Abdullah will take the lead after that to talk about our commitments to the market, to the system integrators and end users, and about the new portfolio, the extended portfolio, and what kind of opportunities it will be offered to our partners and end users. So I will just now give the mic to Mohsen, but before that, I want to remind everyone to please stay muted and to type any question you will be having during the webinar in the question box, and we'll be answering all at the end of this webinar. Hi, Mohsen.
Thank you, Nader. So today we will go through about AVEVA Select and why we are going with AVEVA Select Gulf to a full portfolio. As AVEVA is growing up, and we are just acquire OSI Soft as the new company to us and excellent in performance intelligent aspect, we should also growing up our partners. And that's where we start. And we cannot have different partners to different portfolio. AVEVA decide to select certain partner in each region and to let them access our full portfolio. That will return a big kind of benefits to our partners and to our customers in the region. Giving this access to our partners and to AVEVA Select partners, that will allow them to give the same access to our partners, system integrator, special solution provider, and our end user as well. And of course, AVEVA is privileged the full portfolio to kind of address all of the customer need, all of the customer demands towards digitalization and digital transformation in our world. And as I mentioned before, AVEVA is a kind of customer-centric plus partner-centric. So empowering our partners and our channel will return a lot of benefits to our customer and leverage our solutions in order to satisfy the customer demands in the region. Next, please. So when we start with AVEVA Select Gulf, which was AITS in 2017, we really having a kind of big potential in the market. And of course, we asked them we had a big ambition growth plan in the region. And really that's what AITS or AVEVA Select Gulf did well in the last 4 or 5 years in cooperation with AVEVA. We expand a lot in different area, in different location, and in different verticals. And really the first and the foremost objective for AVEVA Select Gulf and AVEVA to serve better our customer and our partner as well in different domain and different verticals. Serving the customer and serving the partners, it's not about kind of response to a certain requirement or certain RFQs. It's to enable them, to enable our customer, to enable our partners as well towards the new era of technology, like digital transformation, like cloud, like subscription, like others. And with AITS having that in mind, really they did a big growth in the region, exceed 100% year over year. And of course, that's help us and help AVEVA to expand and to increase our footprint of market share in the region. Next, please. As I mentioned before, we are very kind of partner-centric. We have worldwide 5,500 strategic partners, and we are very flexible on a partner level of engagement. Like we have a distributor or AVEVA Select partners in different region, in different area, and also we have system integrator, the guy who execute and go and prime any project in case of we have a big project or small project. So our distributor or our AVEVA Select, they are enabling our partners in order to execute a certain projects in order to satisfy our customer needs. And then we have also special solution provider who's having very specialty capabilities in respect to solution and in respect to kind of qualification and service team in certain vertical and in certain domains. Also, we have a technology partners who having a kind of big knowledge in a certain technologies like digital twin, like ABM. And of course, we have our alliance partners. We can consider Microsoft as one of our strategic alliance partners, Wipro, Accenture, and other kind of multi-system integrator, I can say. So that's give you a brief why AVEVA decide to go with AVEVA Select partners in different location, and especially in Middle East, why AVEVA and AITS, they cooperate together in order to have AITS as an AVEVA Select to better serve our customer and our partners. And from this slide, I would like to hand it over to my colleague Abdullah to take you through our comprehensive portfolio solution. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Mohsen, and thanks, Nader, for putting all this together. I know it has been a hectic period for you and the team managing this transition well. And we are now, let's say, maybe for some people it's the first step, but we've been working on this for a year almost now. So yes, surprise, surprise. So for those of you who don't know me, my name is Abdullah, the Managing Director of AITS, which is now becoming AVEVA Select Gulf. For some of you, I'm known as Abdullah Wonderware. I've been known as Abdullah Wonderware. Now I want you to know me as Abdullah AVEVA Select Gulf. So it just takes you a little bit to change your my contact information on your phone numbers, on your phones. And so in the past few years, AVEVA and AITS have managed to support key customers in the region, customers from water and wastewater utilities, food and bev, infrastructure, universities, ports, airports, seaports, dairies, many of those customers around the region, in oil and gas, petrochemical, etc., with their traditional HMI SCADA, be it on the shop floor, be it an enterprise level SCADA, and MES and workflow requirement. Now we are in the era of transformation, right? So we are also transforming. We are also transforming to the better. We are growing. AVEVA Select Gulf. We need to get used to it. Instead of saying AITS, we have to get used to AVEVA Select Gulf. So we are growing by strengthening this relationship with AVEVA to bring value, okay, and to add value to our customers. And when we speak about value, there's a tremendous value to be created to end users and definitely partners, system integrators, special solution providers, global alliances, etc. Now the question is how, okay, and that's what we're gonna talk about in the coming couple of slides. When we say AVEVA portfolio, we can look at it virtually in terms of two essential complementing parts, right? The engineering part, or let's say the design and build part, which is a set of software for engineering, for to deliver capital projects from feed design, designing, building the project till it reaches operations sustainably and on time, and definitely and importantly on budget. The other side of the story, or the other side of this hemisphere, second half of it, is operate, maintain, optimize the story, this whole life cycle. What we call with AVEVA operations, okay, and the idea of operations is basically to improve operational efficiency, agility, reliability, and sustainability. And as we said, in many sectors, industrial manufacturing, infrastructure, and energy markets, be it traditional energy markets or renewable energy market. So we see the business split into half of the business is in the design engineering, and the other half looks at production operations, maintenance, and reliability. But at the centerpiece of this portfolio, okay, is what we call performance intelligence. Performance intelligence, where we capture this vast amount of data generated either from the engineering side or from the operations side. So information about designs or about process and production, okay, and fuse them in this platform with artificial intelligence and different applications to provide new insights, to provide intelligence, to provide information and knowledge and wisdom to be delivered through this performance intelligence platform. The response is a bit slow because I'm now in control, I guess, or no? Yeah. So before we go a bit deep into that portfolio, let's have a look at, in brief, at what the industry dynamics and the market imperatives today are. And they lie around things like connected workers, digital transformation, of course, the digital workforce, or the workforce of the future as it's known, the connected or remote workforce, especially post-COVID world. We look around sustainability with all this digital sustainability goals that are let's say set by the UN, and we are next month where we are at next time there will be a meeting in the UK to discuss the net zero emissions, and we have seen Saudi a couple of days ago committing on net zero by 2060. We see many government pushing that, enterprise customers pushing more toward sustainable operations and sustainable and more efficient operations, being more efficient businesses, sorry, from engineering and operational perspective. On the technology side, the well-known industry trend or technology trends, which are industrial IoT and the edge computing, the big data, the cloud, the artificial intelligence, digital twin, and the connected workers. Now let's go a bit more into details. All right. So we take those dynamics and those imperatives and market trends, and which define the investment strategy of AVEVA in developing products and developing solutions, again, along this operations, engineering operations, design, operate, and optimize life cycles. To design this industrial information platform, as like Mohsen was saying, two giant companies, they were even three a few years earlier. Schneider Software, AVEVA merged a couple of years earlier. OSI joined last year or at the beginning of this year. The idea is to create this industrial information hub, this center repository of industrial information. Let's see in more details. The first step in that is we start from the simulation and training. Okay, the project start and any project start there. So and ends there. So from a simulation perspective, we're talking about how to use a software solution mainly for steady-state fluid dynamics and process modeling simulation and unified learning. So we're talking about two pieces: simulation piece and unified learning piece. And this tool will allow to model different scenarios inside the process. So to simulate it so that you can get the optimal design and close this loop between simulation and engineering. Okay, so you simulate the process, all the parameters, and allow you to have a better engineering designs as a next step. And I said it comes also at the end of the process when we speak about learning, okay, and unified learning experience. And that's where you train the workforce using things like immersive training, augmented reality, extended reality, or even the traditional operating training systems and training simulators. Next step is engineering itself. So we do the Carla, I can see your screen. Sorry. Yeah, no worries. Sorry for this glitch. So on the engineering side, the idea of the engineering portfolio or sub-portfolio, here we're talking about software to design the projects. Talking about EPC project, engineering, procurement, construction projects using 2D and 3D tools, and specifically around unified engineering. So you need a place where you have everything you need. So connect the silos of engineering, procurement, and construction. Have one unified place. You can get access to any data you need at any certain point of time. and it's basically delivering really amazing values for customers in terms of customers and EPCs and main contractors, definitely, in terms of reducing the engineering hours and saving on the total cost of construction. And it's not only about the cost, it's also about the sustainability and carbon footprint, etc., etc. There's a lot of details to cover in this short period. So we move our way to operations control, which is, which is our famous, our lovely HMI SCADA monitoring and control portfolio. And we are, whether, as I said earlier, we're on the shop floor or midstream or mid-tier, or an enterprise system using AVEVA UOC, Unified Operations Center. But really, the new offering in that space is the AVEVA Operations Control. We are super excited about this AVEVA Operations Control. I was almost dancing when I heard about it, how flexible it is, the offering, the commercial offering that AVEVA is coming up with, especially on the user-based SCADA, allowing full access to the entire HMI SCADA portfolio in a very flexible manner. We will have, this is a very next session, I promise you that, a very next session we will have a session about it to tell you the story and how the value it brings to end users and system integrators. Production optimization. To make it easy, the traditional manufacturing execution system, MES. All right, we used to see it in food and bev, CPG, or any hybrid manufacturing operations. And here we extend the portfolio through what we call the model-driven MES, okay, which differs from the traditional MES as being more configurable approach versus a traditional programming approach. And to deploy the MES and the functionalities we see in MES, like work orders management, digital workforce, digital workflow, material tracking, traceability, sample management and quality management, the whole story of MES operations, performance and quality, and batch management. Not only on-prem, but this also to be extended to the AVEVA Connect, to the cloud of AVEVA, and bringing this data, this information, that whatever is possible, again, whenever it's possible, so that we know that there might be some restrictions here and there when it comes to cloud and cybersecurity. We understand it, we know it. There is a plan, very well, let's say, secure system, hardened system. We can discuss it in detail. So the idea is to bring this information to the cloud, and all this application and the AI engine on the cloud, and the third-party solution that you can find also on AVEVA Connect to deliver net new analytics and net new insights that help you manage your manufacturing operations in a more efficient and better way. Next is, asset performance. So we're still on the cycle of asset performance, and when we say asset performance management, APM, asset performance, it's all the same thing. It offers tremendous amount of capabilities. Really, it enables, the idea is to really optimize the asset reliability and maintenance. Especially we're talking about the critical asset, mission critical assets and mission critical processes, say in the oil and gas, refineries, the power industry, traditional renewable energy, wind turbines, these heavy assets, very costly assets. Even in F&B, the pasteurizers, the homogenizers, they might be that are bottlenecks in the production. So the AVEVA Predictive Analytics AI engine is used to discover the irregular behaviors and problems before they occur. So the idea is to have a proactive approach, right? And to see what might be causing a failure, and potentially providing a prescriptive step-by-step work instructions to remediate and avoid the failure. Last, the supply. Oh, sorry. Yeah. All right. Don't. That's it. That's when we speak about connected workers, sometimes it's slow. Anyway. All right. So the last part is the supply chain, which is basically very oriented, focused on defining business refineries, the refinery market segment, and it's essentially, that's what at least I know about it. I'm not the expert in that field, but it's what I understand and what it is basically. That's not what I understand. It's advanced planning and scheduling that is needed across the value chain of refining to run cases and scenarios based on different crude types, based on different operating conditions, operating parameters, and come up with this production plan for the planner or for the refiner, and definitely execute this plan. And as I said earlier, the heart of this whole portfolio remained the industrial information hub, the industrial performance intelligence that you get by connecting this data, this information from process and production systems, and then also design engineering information tools, couple them with advanced analytics on-prem and on the cloud. That is in a nutshell the AVEVA portfolio. Okay, I'm not the expert in the entire AVEVA portfolio. I hope I was able to deliver the message in the 10 minutes that Nader allowed me for this slide, basically, because we can take hours speaking about this slide. All right, I'm going next. What's happening with my next? All right. Where we want to reach the concept of digital twin and connected workers. Okay, let me also explain it in a nutshell. So the comprehensive digital twin, okay, we have many discussions around the digital twin earlier, and for us, basically, digital twin is composed, or it's based on three main pillars, right? The data sources, where first we need to ensure the availability of all the data. And when we say data, we say cleansed data, we say correct data, right? That is needed to describe this asset, this equipment, and the process itself. And this data, again, can be from sensors or can be from authoring tools such as the engineering software. So first of all, we connect the data. Second is having the models, right? The models that describe the behavior of the asset and the systems, and can generate multiple scenarios and analysis required to, as we said, to get the insight, to get more information, and to work proactively on our assets. So to map it digitally, not only as visualization, also the core data, what's happening, okay, what was this asset built, what the process was built on, and what's happening actually now, this connectivity and the connection, sorry, between the data and the information that you can do. So this part, this models and analytics, is, you can see it as the brain of this digital twin. The third one, which is basically the virtualization and the multi-experience, the visualization, multi-experience visualization. All the data and the output from the analytics, as we said, based on specific use cases that are addressed, is presented to multiple personas and in different contexts of information in different places, like as we said, to make sure the worker is connected to his or her asset, whatever he or she's managing this asset. This asset is physically in the plant, and it is digitally modeled. The whole asset, okay, is modeled on this platform. So you can see it as a set of multiple lenses that allow us to understand the asset itself, the system where the asset operate, the processes where the asset operate, and deliver the value. It's combined. The idea is to allow these connected workers to work and collaborate across practices, across processes, different areas and geographical boundaries, and drive efficiency, higher sustainability, and better performance. Enough with technology, right? I think. Is it working now? Yeah. All right. So as AVEVA Select Gulf, we always took things seriously, right? We take things seriously. We listen to the customers. We listen to their needs. We know we are customer driven, customer centric. We sell the value proposition itself. We solve issues. We solve pain points. We sell the value. We don't sell the feature, right? We support the customer. We never leave them in the dark. We train the customer. We enable them. Customers and users, SIs, consultants. It's important for them to understand this, and we know the challenge and the requirement that is ahead of us with this whole AVEVA portfolio, this rich portfolio. We know what's ahead of us, and we are committed to the customers and partners to make sure we are delivering it rightly. Okay, and as I said, starting from extending the portfolio through AVEVA Select Gulf, we want to see how we can work together on the cloud, the AVEVA Connect, whenever it's possible. Again, I say whenever it's possible. Okay, the portfolio will always, at least for the foreseen future, 5-10 years, I don't know, will be hybrid portfolio. We will always have on-prem applications. You will always have HMI SCADA, edge applications. Okay, we need to see whenever it's possible to extend this data, to extend this information to more cloud applications, and the technology allow it. We can have one-to-one discussions and discuss that. We want to extend this AVEVA operations control. We're very excited, as I said, about it. We're going to have many discussions. The asset performance management, all the predictive story, the EPC 4.0, the engineering portfolio, the unified engineering, the connected engineering, all we want to talk to you about it. And ultimately, if we can put all of this story into a digital twin story, we're very happy to see how we can support you and help you. On the commercial side, on the license modeling side, we are excited about the subscription model. Today, 80% of the operation world, right, is accepting the concept of subscription. If you go to any IT, there are very rarely you can see in any IT environment today someone who's buying a Microsoft CD, Office CD, and installing it, right, and buying a perpetual license there. It's Office 365 anywhere, subscription based. You can buy 1 year, 3 years, 5 years, etc. That's very acceptable idea in the IT world. In the operation world, in the operation technology world, we can see acceptance worldwide. As I said, there's 80% acceptance, or at least people willing to talk about it. So we want to see how we can extend this in the Middle East. We have done it in the Gulf. We have done it with many customers across the board. I'm not allowed to mention names, but enterprise accounts and enterprise customers have accepted this, and there's a value, there's a flexibility in it. So remember, we're not only talking about the HMI SCADA anymore, or the MES or the workflow. We're talking about the portfolio. So there must be a flexible commercial model, that if a customer X buys some credits, they can use it in any of the portfolios. They use it in SCADA, okay, then they might allow part of it to be used in asset performance, some other in workflow, etc. So we are committed to talk about it. We are committed to push it together, and this will allow us as well to be, honestly, it allowed us, and it allow us more to be closer to the customer, to work with them on the life cycle of the product life cycle of the installed base, and the management of this life cycle, and how we can improve it, how we can grow it, and how we can localize more, right? Some of you might have seen our Arabic content recently in terms of trainings, in terms of workshops. So we can train in Arabic and English and Hindi. We can support in Arabic and English and Hindi. If you want us to speak Afrikaans, we're happy to learn it. We're happy to hire people who can speak Afrikaans, no problem. So it's about localization, not only from language perspective, also understanding the culture, the business culture, understanding what is needed, how to approach the customer pain points and solve their issues, etc. From industry diversification perspective, this portfolio take us to a whole new world, to whole new, what we call them, new logos, new customers. And it also allow us to work with our existing customers, how we can extend and extend this value to other areas in the business. So you have system platform, for instance, AVEVA system platform from us. You have the platform, what we can do more, how we can add more value to it through engineering, performance, etc. We are very interested in we are interested and committed to the energy sector itself, oil and gas, power, renewable energies, and MQ, metal, minerals, and mining. In the area packaged goods, we continue to support the infrastructure, the food and beverage, and extend more also to, as I said, the power in terms of renewable and traditional. And as Mohsen was saying at the beginning, the idea is to extend this through channels. So we're committed to enable the existing system integrators to go with us this journey, because this is the way we can deliver the right value to the end user, to make sure that the SIs understand what it takes to deliver those solutions, system integrators and special solution providers. And we're also working, like Mohsen said, with global alliances and global system integrators to see there are some of them already ready on this entire portfolio. We're in discussion with them and to work together to present this value to the customers. Sorry. So when we say commitment, we say investment, right? So in AVEVA Select Gulf, we're always eager to grow, to expand, to reach new levels in the business, okay, to change for the better. So for our system integrators who are listening to us today, we are committed to extend our sales force, especially in Saudi Arabia. We already started that in Qatar and Oman, to have local people on the ground. And technical support people on the ground as well, more and more at the customer, close to the customer, as closer as possible to the customer, as local as possible to the customer. Not only sales force from a traditional perspective, also from a technical sales and pre-sales and subject matter expert. We want to be experts. We have to have subject matter expert in every field, in every application. So you have seen the portfolio, right? Verticals, applications, software, solutions. The matrix is indefinite, right? We started building this team to support the end users and to support the EPC contractors and to support the special solution providers and system integrators on delivering the right value to them on the pre-sales side. We are creating the digital energy business unit, which is a full focused team on oil and gas, petrochemical, power, RE, and M-Cube. We're creating a customer excellence center in Abu Dhabi, and it will be operation in the first quarter of 2022, and will be followed immediately by another one in Riyadh. The customer excellence is where the customer can come and see everything possible, touch it, feel it. We can to train them, to teach them. It's the whole idea is to feel what can be done. The customer will come to the center with certain issues and pain points. We want them to go out with solutions. So that's the idea. With SIs and partners, we want to go into marketing campaigns. We need to get the word out. We need to make the customer understand what we're talking about. The consultants understand what we're talking about. So Nader and his team have a marketing campaign plan to share marketing development funds with partners. And lastly is the training and enablement, what we call 4.0. Like everything is 4.0, so why not this one? And we are super excited about it. It's about how we extend this information out to the end users and customers and system integrators through our cloud-based training platform and the online labs, our cloud VMs. Many of you might have attended these. Very flexible. The training team in AVEVA Select Gulf, see, I'm still saying AITS. In AVEVA Select Gulf are happy to support and train you. Very flexible approach. We're resuming very, very soon the technical webinars and both languages for now. If you have any language you want us to extend, happy to do that. Pre-sales workshops for the system integrators on all these portfolios, detailed one. Working with you on remote sessions. We have prepared videos, short videos, long videos to train you. We have already implemented for AITS, internal AITS, a full learning management system. This LMS will soon be extended to system integrators. So this LMS is not, it teaches almost everything. If you have a junior salesperson, get him or her to us to this LMS, and we start teaching him how to sell, how to approach, okay, how to build the pipeline, etc., etc. Not only for AITS, also to extend it to our customers, and definitely everything related to solutions and value propositions, etc. And most importantly, to certify system integrators and specialist solution providers on the full portfolio. At the end of the day, we need to make sure when we go to an end user, and when an end user trusts our technology, they need a delivery partner who can deliver this solution. And this is through the AVEVA certification program that is very well known for many, many years now. And now it's extended to the entire portfolio. Sorry, I took much longer than I was allowed to, but happy to receive any question. And thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Abdullah. Thank you, Abdullah. And thank you so much, Mohsen, as well, for this smooth presentation and the rich content. I hope everyone, our audience, are feeling are feeling like excited about the new era, if we can say it. So let me just spend a few minutes to show the to see the question that they're having. Just a minute. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you just need to type any question, please feel free to put it in the chat box. Okay. And in the meanwhile, now just want to remind you that you will be seeing as well now in the chat box few links for our new social media accounts or platform, so you can follow up there to stay tuned with our latest news and trends and everything regarding the AVEVA solutions as well. So just to check the questions. Okay, first question we have about system integrators. If we want to become onboarded for the engineering portfolio, how it's doing? Let me just take care of this one. Since it's talking about the channels, mainly for the channels to become a system integrator for the engineering portfolio as well, it's something definitely doable, because the whole plan is to have everything going with the channels and with the system integrators. The process is very simple. We'll be going with some calls with our system integrators to understand the capabilities, experience, and to discuss the potential together. There is different calls that will happen soon in the coming few weeks, let's say, so we can discuss together all the opportunity that we can have it with this change. Just a second. Okay. Is this change happening in the full world for AVEVA? All distributors are becoming AVEVA Select? This question maybe Mohsen can please answer.
Yeah, not of course. Thanks for the questions. It's a very good questions, really. We are selecting a certain partner and certain distributor to go to be AVEVA Select, and those partners who kind of have a qualification to sell a full portfolio. And we still have our normal Wonderware distributor in the old world or SCADA distributor, but we in a certain regions, in a certain countries, we have AVEVA Select partners. For example, we have AVEVA Select Gulf, we have one in Africa, we have a couple of them in Europe, and we have a couple in USA as well. But not all of our distributors becoming our AVEVA Select partners. It's very selective, and it's based on a kind of a long discussion and long study and long qualification in order to qualify a certain partner or certain distributor, they become AVEVA Select. And that's what we have done with AITS, and they became now AVEVA Select Gulf. And really, it's required a business plan, it's require a kind of investment, commitment, and all of that.
Okay, clear. Thank you, Mohsen. Next question. Will this change affect the covered countries or the territory you are responsible of? Abdullah.
Sorry, can you say again?
Yeah. Will this change affect the covered countries or the territory you are responsible of?
No. We still it's the same countries we used to be. It's extending the portfolio rather than, but the same region that we were distributing the HMI SCADA portfolio and MES and workflow before. Now we're extending to more the entire portfolio of AVEVA.
Okay. Next one. Is OSI soft part of your portfolio or not yet?
Not yet for now, but it will be soon a part of the portfolio. We are working as an AVEVA, we are working now to align our partners with OSI partners. And the first one to go with very soon will be AVEVA Select partners, which will be our case here in AVEVA Select Gulf.
Great. Your email addresses will be changed as well at the website, or it will remain the same. So I think Abdullah has mentioned a little bit of this point about the email addresses that soon we will be like, actually we are moving with everything. So our website, our social media, our email addresses, everything, but we are now moving into the transition, and definitely you as a partner will be definitely updated with all this journey with us. So we will keep you updated with anything that will happen, and we are preparing a full campaign for the AVEVA Select now transition, if we can say it. So today is the start, but you will stay updated with all the changes, definitely. Next. No more question for now. Anyway, I think we are almost 1 hour instead of 30 minutes. So, and almost all our attendees or our dear customers and system integrators, partners. So even if you'll have questions later on, we are always in contact with you. You can feel free to contact us anytime. We have always been doing success here in the region before, and now with the new opportunity with AVEVA and AVEVA Select Gulf, I think we're opening in new opportunities and new market and segments. So success happened before together, and we can do much more in the future as well. I will leave the last word for Abdullah and Mohsen if you want to say anything for the audience before we close this session, please.
Thank you, Nader, and really thanks for attending these webinars, and sorry for taking much time. And really, we are looking forward to serve you better, for our partners and end users, and also to leverage our AVEVA solution to satisfy your needs and your demands. Thank you.
I should be the one saying sorry, Mohsen, because you finished on time. I'm as usual very talkative person, but anyway, I really appreciate everyone who stayed and who listened to us, and all of the people who are sending me messages on my phone congratulating me. Thanks a lot. It's a teamwork. It's our beloved AITS, AVEVA Select Gulf, together with AVEVA. AVEVA has trusted us. It's a big responsibility. We know the challenges that are awaiting with the support of AVEVA, with the close collaboration of system integrators and special solution providers, and the trust that we gain and we keep from our end users. I believe we can make it. Thanks a lot.
Thank you so much.
Now we can say thanks AITS and welcome AVEVA Select Gulf and Ori as a
with the new purple color. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and thank you everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.